Coming to... Oh, hello boys and girls. Pinchus the pirate and of course First Mate Ovi back again to talk about this week's Parsha of Va'era, the second Parsha in the book of Shemos. Now, in this week we learn about Moshe being sent by Hashem to go talk to Paro. And to tell Paro, Hashem says, you have to let my people go. And what does Paro say, First Mate? No, no, no. That's right, but he said it a little louder than that. So, what we learn about in this week's Parsha is the first 7 of the 10 Makos, the 10 plagues. That's right. Moshe warns Paro that if he doesn't let the Jewish people go, the Nile River will turn to blood. And, of course, Paro says no, and then the Nile River turns to blood, and Paro runs away and hides and screams, and then as soon as it stops, Paro changes his mind again. And then the second plague of Tzifardea, of frogs. What do frogs do, First Mate? That's right. They jump up and down, and these frogs terrorized the Egyptians. And once again, it happened. Paro said, you can go, and when it stopped, he said no. And then the third one is Kinim, lice. Then Arov, wild animals started coming. Lions, and more lions, and zebras. All these animals are popping out of Pinchus the pirate's treasure chests. And again, the same thing happened. And Paro then changed his heart again and said, no, no, no. Until Dever, all of the animals that belonged to the Mitzrayim, to the Egyptians, died. And then Shechin, boils. And Barad, hail, giant balls of hail, ice, and fire. If you've been on the east coast of the United States this week, you might have seen some of those giant balls in the storm that we had. But again, Paro changed his mind. And next week we'll learn about the rest of the Makos. Now, you might ask, why did Hashem bring these punishments against the Egyptians? There's so many other ways they could have been punished. Why these types of weird, seemingly unheard of plagues? And that's because in the end, the Egyptians needed to say that Hine Elokeinu Zeh, that the Egyptians had to realize that this is from Hashem. The magicians and sorcerers in Egypt were not able to duplicate these other Makos. And therefore, that's why these types of plagues came, because the Egyptians had to see that this was truly from Hashem. Hashem is all types of powerful. He is the most powerful being. And when we need something from him, we turn to Hashem and we ask Hashem to answer our tefillos. And Hashem will answer them. So until next week, when we finish up the 10 plagues, and Pinchus the pirate will teach you a song, and you're going to have to remember that song for the big holiday with a P that's coming up. This time I'm not talking about Purim, Pesach, when we will learn again about the 10 Makos. So until next week, First Mate Dovi and Pinchus the pirate got to go finish making our desserts for Shabbos. So we're going to say Shabbat Shalom and Toodaloo.
It's Pinchus the pirate coming to you, bringing you mitzvot and Jewish values. Shabbat Shalom and Toodaloo, the wittiest, funniest pirate on YouTube. Pinchus the pirate, here we go. Yeah, Pinchus the pirate, oh.